So if somehow you haven't already heard about this thing, this is the Insta360 One X, which is probably one of the most unique 360 cameras out there. And honestly, when I got it, I didn't know exactly how I was gonna use it or really how to use it at all. But quickly I figured out that this was unlike any other camera I had ever used before. What's good, creative fan? Brandon Washington here. And first of all, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button because this channel is all about filmmaking gear, tips, and tutorials. But in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Insta360 One X. Now, this was a camera that was actually sent to me a couple months ago, and to be 100% like just open with you guys, when I first got it, I did this like really cool little unboxing with it. I was excited to get it. I went out and tested it, and then pretty much it sat on the shelf. And that was because I had no idea really how to use this thing and how to really use it correctly. I mean, this is a video that I've actually been wanting to make for you guys for a long time because it is such a unique camera, but I didn't know really how to use it. So this basically took me down this road of multiple different tests, just going out and shooting with it. And I think I finally figured out where this thing really fits in for me as a creator. But also, I think this thing is a really great tool, especially if you're someone who's been creating for a long time and you're looking for something that's just gonna shake things up. So the One X is just what you think it is. It is a 360 camera. There are two cameras. The camera shoots in 5K, but one thing you really need to keep in mind is that where it does say it shoots in 5K, that is taking into consideration both cameras. So it's not really shooting in full 5K. And then you're also having to stretch across 360-degree view. So don't expect like super high quality out of this camera. It's 5K, but it's not real 5K. It also is able to shoot in some slow motion frame rates, which allows you to get some really cool stuff as well. But where this camera really plays out, in my opinion, and where it really kind of stands apart, it's in the software. This is a 360 camera, but you don't have to use it like a 360 camera. I think my favorite way to actually use this camera is with the magic arm. It's kind of like a selfie stick, but with the software, it actually masks out the selfie stick. So this allows you to get some really cool B-roll of yourself shooting, and it allows you to kind of get like this like floating camera type effect, which is really cool. Also, because it is 360, you have a little bit more kind of room in post as far as reframing your shots, which is where I think this camera really threw me off initially. Was trying to frame a shot is like one of the foundations of filmmaking. I mean, when I make my videos, the very first thing I do is I figure out my framing, because in my opinion, once I have my framing, then I can figure out lighting, and then I can figure out from lighting, I can figure out where to put my microphone so then I can get good audio. But with this camera, there's no framing really. I mean, with 360, you pretty much can do all that in post, which is completely a mind trip and something that took me the longest to get used to. But it is something that really took me out of my element. Being able to reframe and use keyframes in order to actually change my framing in the middle of a shot was something that was really, really cool. And I actually found that like this shot, for example, has probably been one of my favorites to do. With 360, you can obviously do that little tiny planet, but being able to kind of zoom in and zoom out, and then actually by moving the actual, selfie stick, you can actually get some really cool, unique shots because you're reframing the camera movement around keeping your subject in the middle, but the environment is actually moving around the subject. I personally, like, when I first figured out this shot, I was like, okay, now I know what to do with this thing. Now, another really cool thing about this thing is the fact that it's so freaking small. I mean, it comes with this like little pouch that you can actually just wear around your neck or just throw it in your back pocket. I mean, as you guys know, I've gotten a chance to look at GoPros, I've looked at the DJI Osmo Pocket, but honestly, between all three of those, this probably is my favorite tool to just go out and shoot with. Because you don't actually have to use it like it's a 360 camera, you can just hold it up and use it like it's a vlogging camera, or you can use it as if it is a 360 camera and do tiny planet, or you can actually just use it as sort of like a little action cam that you can like just kind of by using the selfie stick just throw into the action and kind of put it in places in order to get some really, really cool shots, which is something that I love about this thing. I mean, the battery life on it is great. The memory that it takes up isn't too bad, so it's great to work with. The software on the computer is super easy, and you can throw it right into Final Cut and edit your footage like it's just native. I mean, well, obviously after you put it through their software, stitch it all together, and then you can bring it in Final Cut. But when you even put it in their software to stitch the two cameras together, it's so simple. Like, this is actually not my first 360 camera. In fact, before I had this camera, my first attempt was with this camera. This is the GoPro Fusion. Now, this was a 360 camera that when I first saw the test footage from GoPro, I was sold out. Like, the ability to do over capture I thought was so unique. And the way they used it made it look so cool. But the software with this, I never got it to work. I mean, legitimately, I've had this thing for like almost a year, maybe half a year at least, and I've never actually got any footage off this camera. It's pretty much been a brick that's just been sitting in my office because the software made it to where I could not use it, which meant I never got a chance to see how I would use 360 video. So then when this thing shows up on my desk and I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna give 360 another shot, and the software and everything makes it so seamless and so easy, this is definitely a camera that I can strongly recommend for any creator. I mean, if you want to shoot this thing in, you know, the normal horizontal view, you can. You can also shoot it in vertical if you want to try to go for, you know, the Instagram TV style. I mean, you really can do a lot with this camera. I know it sounds like a big sales pitch on it, but they did not sponsor this video. I just recently have just been going through a lot of the gear that I've been using, and I want to tell you guys about the gear that I use that I enjoy, and so that's the reason why I make these videos. I want to make videos about products that I actually like using, and so that's why I wanted to make this video about the Insta360 One X. Now, as of right now, I still have this, I still have the Pocket, and I still have the GoPro, but I have not picked up those other two cameras because I've started pretty much shooting all my extra footage with this guy. If you guys are interested in knowing a little bit more about this, leave me those comments down below. I just wanted to make this quick little video to tell you guys that this thing is freaking amazing, and if you guys are interested about any of the other cool things that it can do, just let me know and I'll make a follow-up video if you like. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you haven't already, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.